New Hogwarts Legacy footage in the form of a hot summer day ASMR, and man is it stunning. We got a 20-minute video with 8 new scenes to break down, and that's what we are going to do in this video right here. As we go through the video, drop your thoughts in the comments below, subscribe if you're new for all things Hogwarts Legacy. Let's get right into it and talk nerdy. First up, we get an absolutely beautiful video of a 3-way intersection with a hut on a hill that has a pumpkin patch and a farm attached. Off in the distance, we see a small peek of what looks like the Hogwarts castle just over the summer horizon. Sound familiar? One of the major concerns that many of us have had while examining the Hogwarts Legacy content so far is the environment looks bare, but we see people everywhere in this scene. They're farming, walking by, and just living. It makes the world seem so immersive. To piggyback off of that though, we went back to the horrible robe physics. Almost anyone that walks by seems like the robes or coat that they are wearing is stuck to one of their legs. This was such an issue that Avalanche actually had to address this with a little video that I'll show here. These physics do not look the same as they do in the ASMR. Maybe this is one of the reasons why the game has been delayed into 2023. Something I'm taking away from this scene right here, and honestly the whole ASMR video, is just the scale of Hogwarts Legacy. I mean, we haven't even come close to seeing the whole map yet, but it looks massive. Moving on to where I'll spend most of my free time, we get a little outdoor pub that looks empty, so for introverts like myself, it's perfect. As full as the last scene was, we barely see anyone in this whole clip. We get boats, empty tables, a bridge, and a great look at the water, which just looks okay in this scene, and something that's very sneaky. At first, I thought this little structure was a pillar for the cover here, but as the scene progresses, you can clearly see that this is the backside of a fast travel stone. We have seen these in other footage that has been released so far, and it looks identical. This just means I can travel here quickly anytime to get a butterbeer. The next clip we get makes the water look absolutely stunning. Good job, Avalanche. Off of this still image alone, we see a hut at the top of the hill, and we see what looks like a puzzle circle that we have attributed to Merlin when we saw one in the State of Play. We also see 4 stones as the scene progresses, which are surrounding the circle. I think they have something to do with the puzzle, and maybe you need to hit them with spells to open the circle. Nothing else really to see here that I can find, but maybe you saw something I didn't. Let me know in the comments below. After that, we get an awesome scene of what looks like Hogsmeade or another village behind a waterfall. The water still looks good, but not as good as the last clip in my opinion. As the scene moves up, we get a better view of the village. Again, the scale of the game is insane, and I can't wait to explore it. We also get the front side of a fast travel stone which isn't lit up. Some of these that we have seen in other trailers have had a green flame lit up, and it makes me think maybe they are lit up after we discover them as a fast travel location, or we have to discover them and put flue powder in them to make them active. Now that would be immersive. Continuing on, we see a sign that I can't read and some beautiful ruins that I hope to explore. The water looks so good in this next scene, and after seeing this, I can't imagine that we won't have a swimming mechanic in the game. Maybe not deep diving, but at least surface level swimming. I mean, come on. How would we get from place to place? Yeah, you have your broom, but can you really Accio it from anywhere? Anyway, we see a bunch of ruins or buildings on the water and on top of the hill. This one right here could potentially be an old bridge that you can use as a training platform like we see in this other clip. In the middle of the scene, we see this location, which looks familiar. It looks like the bridge from the High Wing escape mission that we saw at Autodesk. It's almost identical. Maybe this is the location for that mission. There are castles and ruins everywhere, and at the end of this scene, we see a watermill wheel that could have fallen off of this structure seen at the beginning. Also, this is the first real castle that looks like it could still be inhabited, but probably not as this location looks pretty vacant. If we pause this next scene, I see a few things right off the bat. 1. These look like beehives, and I'm not here for all of that. I'm not sure how bowtruckles live, but I would rather have these be bowtruckle nests, but I think they're beehives. Second, we see a pillar that looks like an opening to a cave. Having a pillar on the outside makes me think that there must be structures hidden inside the rocks. Maybe an underground goblin hideout? As the scene progresses, we get what looks like a broken down carriage with a lyre or hand harp in the box. These look like cages, so maybe humans or fantastic beasts were being transported and escaped. You can also see a gold-plated something. Even when zoomed in, I can't make out what's on there. Maybe a goblin or creature. Moving all the way to the right, we see the waterfall was covering a cave that potentially connects to the opening at the beginning of this scene. I hope that we can explore countless hideouts like this one all over the world. Next, we get a scene with an oddly shaped bridge in the back. I can't imagine that this was made naturally, and I can't figure out what it means, but maybe it's the location for another puzzle. We see boats and debris washed up on the shore of a beach. There are jars right on top of this stone structure here which could possibly be collectibles. I know these aren't the first boats that we have seen, but does this mean that we'll be able to ride in boats in Hogwarts Legacy? This might actually be more possible than swimming, because God of War did boat rides over water as almost cutscenes where they told stories and didn't make Kratos swim. The last clip is a good one. First off, we see our old friend, the hooded woman statue, clear as day. I honestly think that these statues are of Morgana, but we will have to wait and find out. We see ruins and a broken bridge, but as the scene progresses, we see an opening in the background that is attached to the bottom of a small village. Under the bridge, we get what looks like paint or potentially some form of moss on the bridge, and we can see the cave opening in the background on the top of a hill. Lastly, we get this little guy. Not sure what it is, but I like it. I want to hear from you. What do you think of the hot summer day ASMR, and what did you see that I didn't? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoy my content, please like the video, share it with a friend, and subscribe to help me reach my next goal of 1,000 subscribers. Stay connected with me outside of YouTube and follow me on Twitter at @nightly_nerd. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.